past tenses and the system of the past tenses, because there is something in English called the sequence of tenses, and that means we should be aware when we use the present system differently from the past system. Using beginning a story, for example, with the past tense means everything in the grammar, in the verb, must go back one tense. You know, like I think you are late. He said he thinks you were late. I'm sorry. He said he thought you were late. Okay, everything went in the past. This is why being aware of the past tense system helps us express ourselves and teaching it. So, all continuous forms from the verb to be plus ing. Um, if the verb to be is in the present, it will be present continuous. If the verb to be is in the past, it will be past continuous. The same with the verb to have. If the verb to have is in the present, there will be present perfect. If the verb to be is in the past, it will be past perfect. The forms stay about the same. Let's see. How would you explain those forms? For example, the form of past simple. How would you explain this picture here?
The past simple in regular verbs in for by adding verbs plus ed to the infinitive. For example,
The infinitive, yes.
I worked or I played, I hoped.
Great. They're also
And also we know irregular verbs.
no. I'm sorry. I would keep it to the regular verbs and all the forms and the examples. Okay,
Okay.
first.
Okay.
See if it
So
works.
next one, the
Bear with
negative.
me, please.
Okay.
So, I'm listening.
In the negative.
Yes,
Regular
the
verbs.
negative form.
We did with formed with did, not, or didn't.
Good.
So I didn't work, I didn't play, and I didn't hope.
Okay.
And the question form is we use did and
Subject.
a verb is
Yeah, did and subject and base form or
base
infinitive
form
as you
or
said.
infinitive. Did you
Yes.
work or did you play and did you hope?
And there is an explanation necessary here. Like if we use did, we mustn't use
Must use
ed or d, right? Okay, I can't hear you, but I guess you said you said okay. So we should write those on the board, but using different colors. Or as I prepared it for you, you could use different printed material on different colors. So it's easier for the kids to see when the color changes place. Now we are here at the irregular verbs. So um, for to be, there are two forms, was and were. For all the other verbs, the form stays the same for all persons. It only changes once. The most common verbs are getting an ed or a d, but the regular verbs are like here. And maybe if we drill this to the students, it would be simpler. I'm sorry, Odette is writing to me, so.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, poor kid. Odette was a Huawei. Okay, I see. Okay, let me get back to Odette in a moment.
I'm here. I'm sorry. My internet connection is unstable.
Odette, is it you?
Yeah. Where?
Okay.
I'm back. Dia.
Ah, dear. Okay,
Sorry.
sorry, but I'm looking at the presentation, so I can't see you. I'm writing to Odette. She wrote to me that she couldn't come, so okay, I'm sorry. So, when I've learned the forms of the verbs, I've learned the all three forms. So, see, saw, seen, have, had, make, made. I think, but it's only my opinion. I think it's easier if we learn all three forms with bigger kids, and just two of them with younger kids. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what's your opinion on this, but
I absolutely agree with you.
yeah, because it's easier to remember the third form when you need it if you've learned them all three at once. Practically, when you're doing like this, like in this presentation, you'll be forced to approach it again when you learn the past participle. But as you see, when you give examples, give the most common, the most that they are used the most, okay? As we've studied in present tenses, we now, after form, we state the usages. I'm gonna ask you, please pay attention and try to give me another example for each one, okay?
Okay.
So, first of all, it must be stated that past simple is used for actions that are done, are completed in a definite time in the past. The definite time is very important because it must be over with it. So we use past simple for past action when the time is given. Like, I met him yesterday. I met him, that's over. Your time expired 30 seconds ago. Expired. Ago. We used ago, it's past tense. Why don't I use past tense, this word here? Tense. Because I do not want to create a confusion between present tense simple and past simple. Okay? So please give me another example for a past action when the time is given.
I was born 40 years ago.
Great. Great. When the time is asked about. When did you meet him? Or When did the Second World War break out? Or
When did you win the cup?
okay, this cup. I see a cup in
Football cup.
a trophy. A trophy. In this
Trophy.
cup. Yeah, I see a trophy in his house. So I'm asking, when did you win this trophy, or how did you win this trophy? Great example. When the action clearly took place at a definite time, even though this time is not mentioned. The train arrived 10 minutes late, but it arrived, it's here. How did you get your present job? I suppose your present job was like, began like 10 years ago. We sold our Porsche at a long time ago. This has a mentioned time, like ago. My grandmother met Queen Victoria. As Queen Victoria is dead, I think it's clear that it's in the past. So, another example.
I went to Germany 3 years ago.
Several years ago. Great. Sometimes the time becomes definite as a result of a question and answer in the present perfect. Where have you been? I've been to the opera. Did you enjoy it? Because as long as you're here, you were at the opera. Okay, it's over. It's over as long as you're here. You're not there anymore. So, so it's a sense issue. You must sense and use the logic to see if the action is over or not. So by this time you have noticed that ago is a word that it becomes stronger for past tense than yesterday. Most mistakes or errors with this tense arise from the use of did and did not for questions and negatives. The problems of usage relate to the similarities with the present perfect. When do I use present perfect? When do I use past tense? Have you been to the opera? Yes, I have. And I went to the opera yesterday. Okay. Have you ever is present perfect. I went to the opera yesterday, past tense. I'm not longer there. So that would be the main difference. The auxiliary verbs are very hard to use by the kids. They are thinking of an action like reading or watching TV or something, and it's difficult for them to think of another verb taking the charge, like to do or to have. This is why mistakes or errors arise from the usage of question form and negative form in many situations. So how do we activate? How do we use the activate stage? What kind of ideas should be put to scene? Card games, memory pairs, like to go, went. or fishing something from, for example, there are fish with a magnet, and we could stick verbs there to teach irregular verbs on the other side of the magnet. Narrative storytelling, past continuous, past perfect, and past simple. We tell a story and pay attention to the forms of the verbs. But I'm going to suggest you something in a moment. I'm going to show you something on the ESL website. You would find some videos that stop wherever you want. You may change them as you wish. They allow you to use them, to change them, and to present them to your students. I'm going to show you the website. Oh, and I'm sorry, I sent you some reading suggestions
Yes.
on Messenger. This is related to what we discussed yesterday. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. If you need, my pleasure. If you need more, please ask precisely what kind of materials you need.
Okay.
So I know how to direct you exactly.
Okay.
Presenting for older students, presenting curriculum vitae, interview role play about your past or your past actions, about a past situation clearly related to a past time. Discussing, for example, discussing past holidays or weddings or major events. Past continuous. What kind of forms are there here? Can you help me? What's so important in past continuous? The verb to be, okay? In past tense. So, would you please help me explain this form?
The past continuous tense is formed by the past tense of the verb to be and plus participle.
Okay. So, now it would be a good time to explain that the past tense of the verb to be is was or were.
Well,
And the past participle, I'm sorry, and the present participle would be the infinitive plus ing. So, go on.
for example, I was working.
Okay.
You
In a
were
full.
working. You were working. He, she,
Good.
is working. We were working. You were working, and they were working.
Okay. The negative?
I wasn't working.
I was not.
I was not working. You weren't working. He, she, it wasn't working. You weren't working. We weren't working. You weren't working, and they weren't working.
Okay. Now, when we present a form, we should stick to the contracted form or the normal one, okay? The longer form. So when we explain this, we explain it like this. Was working, wasn't working, was not working. When do we use the contracted form usually? In speech, during speech, right? So if we talk, we should use I wasn't working. It sounds like twerking, but not. Okay, and when we write it's better if we use the longer form, like you were not working yesterday when I came to your house.
Mhm.
And the question form?
Was I?
Was I working?
Was I working?
Good.
Were you
So
working?
we explain the question form like when we have a question, and please address the question to the third or the second person, okay? So when it's about a question, it is was or were, and the subject, and the verb and ing. For example, were you working yesterday when he rang the bell? Were you working yesterday? Okay. Why am I asking you to state examples and to tell me about the forms? Because you should get used to explaining it. Because everybody knows it, of course we know it, but it's not always that simple to talk about it, to explain, okay?
Mhm.
This is why I'm asking you to help. Same here for the usages. Please give me another example if you can. So we use past continuous for interacted past actions. And if you take note very well in the examples, you would see that we need a past tense to balance our past continuous. Okay? So here it is the past tense. The phone rang. So we need that to balance, to counterbalance our past action. While I was having a bath, the phone rang. So give me another example, please.
While I was reading, András was watching TV.
Okay, two actions in the present continuous. It's very, very good like that. Oh, a gift from Zoom.
I was driving home when I heard the news on the radio.
Great, great example. Great example. Used without a time expression, past continuous indicates gradual development that took place in the past. Okay, when we are telling a story, for example, I went into the woods. It was getting darker. Okay, I wanted to fly with an airplane, in an airplane. So its wings were rising in the sky. It's a storytelling. Okay, please try. Would you please try another example? Are you okay?
Yes.
I started to learning the method of the English grammar, and it was getting harder.
Great. It was getting harder and harder. Great example. It can express an action which began before that time and probably continued after it. Like at 8, he was having breakfast. What does it mean? It means that he was in the middle of the breakfast at 8. He had started before 8 and he will continue after 8. So he had breakfast at 8. That would imply that it started at 8, but at 8 he was having breakfast means an action that developed before and after that moment, 8 o'clock. Another example?
At 10 in the night, she was still reading a book.
Great. Great.
And
Or-
not sleep. And not sleep.
I see. And at 10 last night, she was still reading the book. What does it mean? It means she had begun before. She had begun before, I'm sorry, and she would continue afterwards. We use the continuous tense in descriptions. Like I said in the narrative stories. When I woke up, the sun was shining and the birds were singing. And we should see that note down there. The past continuous requires a time reference or another counterbalancing past action or action, because being used just like that, I was playing tennis, doesn't make sense. What do you mean you were playing tennis at 8 yesterday or what? Okay, so I recommend its usage in counterbalance with some other action. Like in when I woke up, the sun was shining and the birds were singing. Or while I was having a bath, the phone rang. Or as somebody gave an example of two past continuous verbs, that was very good too. I don't remember it right now, I'm sorry. So let's try another example and move forward.
I was walking along in the forest and suddenly I noticed something.
Yes, when I noticed something moving. Great example. Great example. I took the liberty of completing your sentence. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Okay. What are the typical mistakes? When we teach, we do not teach this part of the mistakes, okay? This part is only dedicated to the teacher, so we know where to pay attention. When the verb to be is omitted. I walking in the forest. Many times, as I told you, kids tend to omit one of the verb, especially the auxiliary, because they are concentrated on the action verb or the verb to be expressed. Omission of the ing, because you already have an auxiliary to be. You need another one, ing, a suffix. It's very, very difficult to concentrate on those. We have years of English behind us, but the kids don't. So keep that in mind. They might use ing with everything as it becomes a routine, but we do not Please remember present continuous that there are some verbs that do not get ing, continuous form, or they confuse it with the past simple. I was scared when I went into the woods. That's not, I haven't was, but is a participle. It is not, it's a passive use of the verb to be scared. Okay, it's not a past continuous. It's just a past simple. It's easily confused. How do we activate the end of our class when we teach past continuous? We might have a detective game. Where were you yesterday at 7 p.m.? What were you doing? Or we should use a diary, a journal. What was I doing at 7 a.m. on Monday? Or telling stories, describing, narrating. Something would get use of the past simple as well as past continuous. In order to stimulate the kids, we could use visual prompts or other stimuli, audio prompts. Past perfect. It's a very odd form of the verb, but we need it, as I told you, and as we will see immediately, we need it as a support form. Because if we see English as a math graphic chart, as a math chart, the Y part of the chart is from 0 up and from 0 down, 0 time. Oh, okay. If we see time, the time like this, on the mathematical time chart, English tenses past tenses goes down and down and down and down on this axis, and future tenses and present tenses go up and up and up and up on this chart. So we have a past that's a more past than a simple past. That's a past perfect. I don't know if I made myself clear, but it's like yesterday I went to the cinema. And the day before yesterday, we are going lower on the chart, okay? The day before yesterday, I had watched a movie at home. See? There are two past actions, but not in the same past. So, who's helping me describe past perfect and giving an example or two?
So in a positive form, we need a subject, need the helping verb have in the past, need to be...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a confusion from me here. That's a past...
Perfect continuous.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I didn't pay attention. Okay, so
looking.
describe it without my bad example. I'm sorry, it was a mistake. It was an error. Okay, so can you describe it without my charts? my table?
So we need the auxiliary had,
Yes.
and then the third form of the verb.
Okay, and we should say that we use had for every person. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. For example.
I had worked.
Okay. I had worked there before I went to Paris. Okay.
Okay.
So, the negative form,
Hadn't.
Hadn't.
And the third form of the verb.
had plus not plus the third form of the verb, and the subject. We should not forget the subject in English, because the form of the verb stays about the same for every person. So we have to use the person, the subject.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, I hadn't started the meal before you arrived. Okay, and the question form,
We use had still,
yes, the subject,
but the subject and
the third form of the verb, or the past participle,
and
okay,
had.
like in why hadn't you left if when you saw we arrived late? Why hadn't you left? Okay.
Okay.
So, usages, as I told you, we use it in connection with the past tense. When I arrived, the concert had started. It means I already have two past times. Okay? Like yesterday, and yesterday plus 5 minutes for this example. Okay? Which one is the first and which one is the second? Which one happened first? Past tense, okay? I'm sorry, past perfect happened first, and then present, sorry, past perfect happened first, and then past simple, okay? When I got to the car park, I realized that I had lost my keys. First, past perfect, I had lost my keys, and then past simple, I got to the car park, okay? Now, she told me she had worked in France and Germany. This is an example of the sequence of tenses. Because of the storytelling style in past tense, she told me everything has to go in a moment ago, you know, like she worked in France, but she told me, it's a past tense, she had worked in France. The past tense became past perfect because of the usage of the storytelling she told me in the past. What if I use she says? How would it be? How would this second sentence be if I use she says? She
present simple, she says.
Okay.
Tell me. She says.
She says me, she...
No, not me. She says. Just she says. She.
She said,
She says me, she had working in France and Germany. No, it's not.
It doesn't sound well to you, right?
No.
So, can you see me too, or just the presentation? Can you see me too?
Yes.
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 Okay. So, my hand is an axis. Okay.
Okay.
Here there is time 0 now. Okay.
Okay.
And this is past tense here, and this is past perfect here.
Yeah.
Whenever I use she told me, she said in past tense, everything goes lower
Lower.
than it
Yes.
was. But when I use present tense, everything stays like that. So what's the logic? The logic is she worked in France, okay?
Uh-huh.
Past tense simple. She worked, she's here now, she doesn't work there anymore, okay?
Okay.
So she says
She worked in France
she worked in France, and
and
that's all.
German.
Simple past. But what if I use she told me?
It was a long time ago when she told me, and she
Yeah, that's a past, so
long
I have
time
to
ago,
bring everything.
before she told me.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
So she
Okay.
told me she had worked, okay?
Uh-huh.
Everything is pushed back a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Imagine this axis. I think this helps. Imagine being pushed back in time a little bit, but it's not the case if I use present tense simple, right?
Right.
Okay, the third example. He arrived late. He hadn't realized the roads would be so icy.
Uh-huh.
Vieni aí, Joe.
yeah, bocsánat.
Say hi to Susie, the neighbor cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
This is the neighbor cat. That's
Cute.
okay. She's visiting all the time, asking for something, for a treat. So
No.
I hadn't realized the roads would be hard to go on. So I arrived late. I hadn't realized, so I arrived late.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
This is now. She was upset because Paul hadn't telephoned.
Mhm.
It's a consequence of a past action or non-action. Usage. The past perfect is used for completely finished actions. Okay? We have examples that we should use just to be sure that in those two sentences the past action is 100% over, and we might use two words to show a past action had completely finished when another past action started. So
Before he had
what's
painted,
missing? What's missing?
before he had painted
Had
the
painted.
kitchen, he decided to rest.
Okay, that's great. or after he had painted the kitchen, he decided to rest.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
before he painted before, rested after.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, and
After.
the second one. When she had finished the report, she realized that it was too late to post it.
Uh-huh.
First, she finished the report. Then she realized it was too late. Okay?
Okay.
Because it's used mostly in sequence of stories, of course, we should use storytelling or writing in conjunction with other past tenses. This past perfect is used when we tell something, when we sequence something. This is why writing it on a board, on task sheets, worksheets would help the students. Giving the students a final situation and asking them the reasons why it happened, giving them the past action and asking them to come up with the past perfect. What happened before? What was the reason in the first place? Students see a story and retell the story with he said, and putting the past form into the past perfect, describing what had happened before. Past perfect continuous. It's the same with the past perfect, but we have a been, an infinitive, and an ing. As we have the been inside, we should state that the negative and question forms are not formed with the auxiliary to be, but with the auxiliary to have in the past. Had. Can you give me examples, please? Oh, sorry.
I had been studying English in Brighton.
Yes.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's important. When?
The negative form?
I had not been in German, never.
Yeah, but that's the past perfect, and we need a verb plus ing.
I
Oh.
never had. I never had. No, I had. I have not. I had not be. I had not be learning in German ever.
Yeah, what did he tell you? I hadn't been learning German in Germany ever. Yeah, and I'm situating it all in the past because I'm asking, what did he tell you? So everything goes back in the past a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
Question.
Had you been Had you been working in Paris 5 years ago?
Had you been had you been working in Paris 5 years ago, as he told me you did, or something? You were?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Usages. The past perfect continuous is not that frequently used, but it's used to talk about longer actions or situations in the past that had been going on continuously up to the past moment we are thinking about. Before eating lunch, she had been clipping her toenails for 2 hours. So, eating lunch took place yesterday. Okay, so it's a past action. And I'm telling what she did. I cannot use past continuous simple because it happened before eating lunch yesterday. Okay, she had been clipping her toenails for 2 hours. The most common mistake is omitting had or been, because we already have two auxiliaries, one in the past, one in the past participle. It's very complicated to remember those at first. Another misusage is jumping jumping at the wrong moment in time and using it wrongly. Let's play a little bit, but not too much, because I want to give you these tasks to work with at home. But let's play a little bit, identifying the following tenses and giving reasons for identification. Please. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Just thinking.
Peter went to the cinema yesterday evening.
Because he gave a ticket for his birthday.
No. Identify what tense it is. It's past tense. To go.
The past,
when.
yes.
Simple.
Sorry.
Yes, and reason
I focused just the reasons.
Yeah,
Why?
giving
I'm
reasons.
sorry.
Why do you think it's what?
I don't read.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
So-
It's Sunday morning, I see. For me too. So why is it past tense here? Because of the
Yesterday.
The time.
Yesterday evening.
Yesterday
Oh,
time,
yes.
yes.
because of the yesterday. Great answer. So next one, please.
He had been living.
Past perfect continuous.
Past perfect continuous.
Because most of his life is the biggest time in his life. It's a long time in his life, and before he started and finished, it was continuing.
Yes, and somebody said it. It's past. Great. Next one.
It's
Past
past
continuous.
continuous.
Past tense continuous. Right. Why? Because of the form was were plus verb plus ing.
ing.
Yeah. And because of the 2 a.m. Now it's 9 p.m. So it's a past action, but it was developing at that hour, that precise time in the past. Next one.
Uh,
Been.
It's past perfect.
past
Perfect.
perfect.
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
Perfect.
Past perfect. Okay. Hadn't been there before. We have a before. We understand a past action. And that one with John and Mary is even more past than this past. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes.
Great. That's up to you to state usages for this. I'm going to share something very nice with you just to relieve the tension of paying attention. Let me see.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, please, please.
Will you send to us this PPT?
I think I didn't I send it to you?
You
No, no,
I
isn't it on the
don't
phone?
know.
Isn't it
That
the past?
No,
Isn't it?
no. We
Of
just
course I'm
have.
gonna post
We
it.
just have.
I'm gonna check.
The 14 and the 15
14 and the 15 lesson,
lesson.
yeah.
That was the last.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna, of course. I
No,
posted
it's
it.
okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
So, mhm. Not that. I do not want to do this, but I want to share this with you, and I don't know why can't I? Because. Can you see it?
Yes.
Tom
and Jerry? Tom and Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's see what it's all about. The cat
Chasing the mouth.
Chased.
Chased.
chased
Chased.
the mouse. Bingo!
That's not you.
Very good.
Right? Io ideo. I knew it. Okay, next time we are going to select a wrong answer just to see what happens, okay?
Okay.
You have a score. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, something came. Just a moment, some ad popped up. Okay, I was gonna make. Hi, Ma. Ez a hi, Ma, ez a románul. Gyere már. Hi, Ma. I can't get rid of it. The mouse
Watching the cat.
let's see.
Oh, watch.
See what happened. See what happened. It's suggesting the right answer. But it doesn't allow you to go on because it keeps a score for the teacher.
It's very good. Oh.
Now,
Lick the bone.
licked the bone.
Because
Bingo.
because this time he skips It's
That's me with food.
me too.
No. With
I love-
chocolate.
I love eating. Yes.
The mouse.
Grabbed.
Grabbed.
Grabbed. Bingo. I had a dog like that, Tasha. She was exactly like Spike. Exactly. The dog. The dog.
Looking.
Looked.
Looked.
Yeah, it's an exercise for past tense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The dog
Screamed.
Screamed.
screamed. Bingo.
Hey, you! What you doing with my bone? Yeah, you!
The dog
Picked up the
Picked
cat.
up.
picked up. Great. You're doing great. See?
Listen, pussycat. If I catch you taking my bone again, there's gonna be trouble. Understand?
Poor Tom.
It was so politically correct to kick him. Now you have to be wrecked just to go by bicycle or something. God, Jesus. Okay. The dog
Walked
Walked.
away.
walked away. The mouse
Laughed.
Laughed.
laughed. Yeah, and the last one, I guess. The mouse
Jumped on the
And
Jumped.
jumped on the bone.
and
Congrats. You are on your way to doing some great things. Keep working hard. You scored 90%. Now, what's good about this? What's good about this is, if you look down here, you may copy and edit it. What does it mean? It means you may ask your own questions. You may change everything, including the approach. You may use present tense there. You may use vocabulary there, and there are many videos. If you're looking up here,
Yes.
on islcollective.com. This is where you can find those kinds of materials. It's just that you have to be on a stable internet connection, because you may copy them, edit them, and then save them right on this page. So everybody can get use of them later, right? You cannot take them from here, steal them, but use them on this site and leave them there. Okay.
Okay.
So great.
It's great. Yes, it's
Yes,
very
and you
great.
have many,
Funny.
many, many examples. I wanted to share this with you because I found it very funny when and I forgot about it. Somehow I found it when I was looking for materials for past tense.
Mhm.
This is why I'm trying to present to you right now, so we can practice it and also see what kind of materials are they available. Now, here. I have a past let me know if you can still see my screen.
We see it.
We see.
Great.
See,
Past tenses, let me this is a worksheet.
Mhm.
So we use a quick tip. You give them a quick tip. We use past simple tense for referring to a completed action in the past. Past continuous for referring to a continuous action going on a specific time in the past, and past perfect for referring to an action which happened before another past action. So choose the correct answer. Come on, let's do it together. So we can practice it also. And I must say, there I do have some with the served answers. You can serve them the answer. The trick is to make them practice, not to question them, okay?
Mhm.
And to say, you didn't know, it's not good. No, you may have the answers too. If it helps you remember what you saw, that's a good trick too, serving the answer. Okay, come on, let's try. Last night, come on.
Last night, Iram's boyfriend had entered the room while she was talking with another boy on the phone. I think.
Which one?
The C.
Any other opinions?
I think B
I
Uh-huh.
think so too.
entered
I think so
boyfriend.
too. Let's vote for a B.
Because the entering is just one moment and it happened and can continuing entering. Uh-huh.
It's just last night. Okay?
Okay, I thinking
Jó,
over.
és akkor past simple. Igen.
Yeah, it's you know, my grandpa used to say always, keep it simple, Mihaela. Keep it simple. Do not overthink it. Do not
My grandma-
complicate it.
My grandma said too. Yes. Yes. Just the
Yeah,
simple way.
we are women. We tend to it was it was an association between man's brain and woman's
Yes.
brain.
Yes.
Man's brain was like a waffle. You just pour some ideas, some syrup, and be sure that not all the spaces will be filled. That's it. Women, spaghetti. Everything is interconnected. Everything goes. The day before. We have this tendency. It began with a friend saying that my wife used to ask me, what are you thinking, honey?
No.
He said, oh my God, you scared me. I wasn't thinking of anything. My brain was just drawing like that.
One of my
You
friends.
were thinking of someone, of sex, of porn, or something. He said, no, I was not thinking of anything. My brain was
One of my friends said we must learn looking over all empty boxes.
Yeah, yeah,
We must learn that. The
This is
woman
you.
must learn looking over the empty
Yeah.
box.
empty boxes, right?
Yes.
Yes. Uh, please go on.
The fun and the baby.
We're not going to do everything, just a few.
Who's sleeping?
Was
Apa,
sleeping.
Sleeping.
milyen fiúnak lenni?
Can is not a verb. Can is a name. Can is a name. Okay?
Most hallottak?
Was sleeping. See.
Was sleeping. Csak az
Right.
a
It's
see.
a developing action. Can was sleeping. Right.
Bad.
Third one.
Had already ended. Be.
Be.
Great. Great. Is, that's a name.
Name.
Ace Roasting, like a casino film with Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah. Great.
What there is one of my favorite film. It's very scared, but
Yes, I-
one of my favorite.
I'm in love with I have two favorites. I'm in love with The Mirror Has Two Faces
Uh-huh.
with Barbara Streisand.
Oh yes.
That's a relaxing movie for me. I feel I find it so relaxing. Okay, and I find The Bucket List very amusing.
Yes. Oh, I have a lot of favorites, so I.
Yeah, me too. But I'm thinking of. I'm trying to have waffles, not spaghetti.
Yes.
So, is the movie Da Vinci Code at 10 o'clock yesterday?
Hey,
Watch.
Was watching.
Uh-huh.
because the
Make up your-
because the film was finished,
És akkor vágd, nem?
and
Yes, but we have a
and we're
moment.
talking about this moment. So
We have a moment. 10 o'clock
Clock.
yesterday. So,
Akkor nem jó.
Had watched.
had watched.
Hát vágd. Akkor.
Had watched.
was watching.
Was watching.
Yes, because it was a developing action at a specific moment yesterday. 10 o'clock.
We was very close.
The family last
Went.
Went. See.
great
Hát
in
én.
2010. Why? Past. Gata, kész.
Because it was 10 years
It
ago.
last.
Okay, now let's see.
Jaj.
Let's see 12.
12.
I'm wicked. 12.
See.
See.
See. Was jogging és szó.
Great job, excellent. Let's complete one or two of those sentences. When I was 3 years old,
I like the fairy tales.
yes, past with past.
When I was 3 years old, I had been playing a lot of game.
already. Great.
Mm.
Last summer?
Last summer I was at the rave party.
Yes. Or I was, I went,
I
past
went to
tense,
rave.
swimming with dolphins. I went, just past tense. Great. So that was another example of some things you can use for practicing in your class. Just I'm not taking a picture of you, just of the names here, okay? Okay, so I know who was present. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you another one. Let's see. Past tense reading game. Okay, we can use this for reading. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I thought about older kids, bigger kids, because past tense exercising is not a simple practice. So what can we give them? Something interesting, right? Discoveries and inventions that changed the world. What is this? It's the printing press. Was it invented or discovered? It was invented by German Johannes Gutenberg, okay, in 1450. Now, please help me. You say, what is this?
It's a telephone.
It's a
Is it a
phone.
telephone?
Telephone.
It's a telephone.
Was it?
Mhm.
Was it? And how do we ask? Was it invented or discovered? Was it? Was it invented or discovered?
Discovered.
It was.
Invent.
It was invented, of course, by Alexander Graham Bell
Discovered in the 19th century.
in the 19th century.
Mhm. Ez is tök jó.
Oh,
Oh, jó.
What is this?
Sewing machine.
Sewing machine.
It's the sewing machine.
Invented.
Was it invented
Was
or
it-
discovered?
By
Timonier.
Timonier, yeah.
In 19.
In
Discovered in
1829.
1829. Thank you. 1829.
Great. Okay, now you.
It is an airplane.
plane.
Asking too. What is this?
What is this? It is an airplane.
Was it invented or discovered?
It was
Invented.
invented with the Writing brothers in
The Wright
19.
brothers, yeah.
the
Do you
nine-
know that the first flight with an easy plane was made by a Romanian named Aurel Vlaicu, and the first flight with a machine was made by Henri Coandă, which was a Romanian living in Paris. and he met with Wright brothers, and the Wright brothers thought of a better idea, so they invented the airplane.
We have in Solnok, near for my live place, is an airplane museum, and always talking about and looking stranger things what invented to in Hungarian, in Romanian, about the flying, about the airplanes. So I heard about it.
Great. What is this? Oh, this is complicated, but the light bulb was right. What is this? Come on.
This is a light
This
bulb.
is light bulb.
This is the light
Light
bulb.
bulb.
Was it invented or discovered?
It was invented.
It was invented
Invented.
By Humphrey Davy,
It was in the bucket list.
in
1800.
1800.
It was a question in the bucket list film.
Yes, but the electricity
Yeah.
was invented by Tesla, and
Tesla.
they stole many things from Nikola Tesla because he was a little bit cuckoo. Okay, and people took advantage of his inventions. I feel very sorry for Nikola Tesla,
Yes.
which was a Croat or Serb or something like that.
Yes.
And he invented many things. And I'm proud to tell you that the first city with electricity was Timișoara.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yes, and the first electric tram was also in Romania. So we have a few things. And I know the Rubik cube was invented by a Hungarian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No.
Penicillin.
Penicillin.
What is what? Questions
This is-
and answers. So we
What
practice.
is this?
This is
This
penicillin.
is a penicillin. This is a medicine.
Was it invented or discovered?
Discovered.
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 It was discovered by Alexander
Fleming.
Fleming.
Yes, in 1928. And Alexander Fleming was the son of a peasant. Yes, in fact. It was discovered by mistake, of course. And it also helped the rate of life for children to be triple. The life expectations for children, little children, to be triple.
I intolerate
this is-
the penicillin.
This is why people were used to have 6 kids or 7 kids,
Yes.
because you couldn't be sure which one
Will
survived.
grow. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
What is
What is this?
This is aspirin.
It is an aspirin.
It's medicine.
It is a
Medicine.
medicine. Yes. It was discovered too.
I have
Felix
no idea.
Hoffman.
I don't know about aspirin. If it was discovered or not, I have no idea. Yes, but Felix Hoffman.
In 1897.
Yes. See the ear there
Uh-huh.
help us situate all the sentences in past tense and past. Okay, when playing this game. And trust me, kids love to see images moving and everything. I'm now trying to learn how to work with Doodle, so I can animate my presentations. Maybe I'm gonna be successful, maybe not, who knows. Okay, what is this?
This is a television.
I mean a television set, a TV set, the machine. Okay. Okay. Was it invented or discovered? It was invented by John Baird
Weird.
in 1927.
27.
What's this?
This is iPod.
And this is an iPod.
Uh-huh.
Was it invented or discovered?
It was invented
Oh,
by
Steve
Steve
Jobs.
Jobs.
Ezt nem is tudtam.
Steve Jobs is very, very interesting person.
Right?
Apple.
Because
igen.
because he's a not wanted child. And two very clever and very high qualified people, and they want to adapt him, but the first adapted is so they give him back, and the second adapted
Keep giving it.
but the second
I know.
family who adopted is and grown in this family, they was very low qualified, and one time he met the real parent and don't know everything about the two people. It was very strange, and he give a big family for the word is an apple.
Yes. Yes.
Very interested people, very interesting thinking.
Stories of life. We should,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
why I keep telling, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Try to teach the kids, try to teach the parents not to steal kids' experience. Let the kids experiment everything: success, failure, falling down, bleeding.
Yes.
Do not overprotect them. They are not going to learn anything from that. If you, it's like I'm telling you, I'm showing you how to play the piano. See, I'm giving you online lessons, like 10 lessons, okay? Or 100 if you want. And then, come on, go play. You know how to do it. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
There are things that people need to experiment. You do not need head protection to go bicycling. You hit the asphalt, hit it. You won't hit it the second time because you know it hurts, right?
Yes. Discover everything of self. Yes.
Oh, they are stealing all the kids' experience. They are stealing the childhood. They put sun protection on kids going outside. Come on, the mud is the sun protection.
Yes.
Oh, I'm very upset with those nowadays parents. I'm very upset, and they are so critical about the other few parents that are freely raising their children. They're very upset. They always criticize. Look, he has no shoes. So he's experimenting
It's
glass.
healthier.
Yes, is he happy? That's what we want to know. You know about Tom and Jerry. They have now SpongeBob, who needs a breathing stuff into the water. A water sponge.
Okay, but it's just in imagine, and the child must learn that it's not a real life. So okay.
Yes, honey, but it's stupid. I'm sorry.
Yes.
What do you learn from something stupid? There are researches that say watching SpongeBob an hour a day makes you more stupid. I mean it. Search the internet for that. You cannot develop imagination with a stupidity because it's stupid. It's not common sense, you know.
I always had that. always said for me, the other parents, oh, your child is in walking in a mat. Okay, but he is in a boot, so I don't care. I wash the boots and go home, so I don't know what is your problem. Oh.
Yes, I'm getting. Look, when I get the kids at the kindergarten, if you touch them, I was scared at first. What? Not I didn't touch them. The colleague did. So touch and push them. I'm just going there and say, oh, come on, it's all right. Never mind. Just say I'm sorry. It's all right. It's all right. After 1 month, nobody cares about pushing, about falling down. They are getting up, and that's all.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's all in the parents' attitude, all in the example we set.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And my child
I-
has learned in boots we walking in the mat, but the shoes don't walking in the mat, and it's all. So.
But do you have any idea how many parents know that there are bacteria in the mud that help the skin? That's
Yes.
why the animals go in the mud, to protect their skin. They are not allowed to play in the mud and in the rain, but they are overpaying hundreds of dollars for mud cream.
Yes, in the wellness, yes.
And water from the Dead Sea.
Because it's healthy, because they paid.
It's outside. It's for free. God, Jesus. No, I'm sorry, but I'm very intolerant with stupidity. I cannot tolerate.
Me too. Me too.
I understand disabilities, and I'm there 100% for those people. And what I appreciate the most in this world is a person able to make fun of herself or himself. You know?
Yes, and
Making
enjoy the
fun
life.
of yourself
Yes,
is the healthiest mind ever.
yes, yes.
So that's what I appreciate. But stupidity and manifest stupidity, no, I'm taxating it immediately. Okay, what is this? This is
This is the internet.
yes.
Winterproof.
Was
it discovered? I think.
Discovered. I don't know.
I have no idea. I think it was discovered too by Vinton Cerf.
Surf.
73.
1973.
My year of birth.
Soldiers use first, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
super glue was also used first by soldiers. The Second World War to stick the wound.
The Enigma and who was the British researcher?
No idea.
Alan Turing. Alan Turing is decoded the Enigma in the Second World War, and there is a base of the internet in 9.
Great.
Cool.
Kids have no idea about those, and they are interested in these facts.
Yeah.
Okay, the first desktop computer. It was
invented.
yes by Microinstrumentation Telemetry Systems, MITs, in 74.
There worked a Hungarian man, Neumann, John Neumann.
Neumann János.
He was Hungarian.
Do you know that Alaska was a Russian state?
Yes.
And there was a Romanian general living in Hungary that helped Russians selling it to the United States for $7 million.
Yes.
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 What is this? Beautiful.
Car.
Ooh.
This is on a automobile design.
Design.
Cugnot. In 1769, the first design of an automobile, because the first good automobile was discovered by
Ford.
Ford.
Great
Henry
job.
Ford.
Great job.
My first
And it's
my first
the
graduate is
beautiful
a
cars
history teacher.
are
Maybach.
Daimler and Maybach.
Maybach.
Yeah, the beautiful cars. What is this?
This is a paper.
This is paper.
Was it invented or discovered?
Discovered.
Discovered
Discovered.
Discovered.
in China.
The Chinese during the Han Dynasty. Yes. Before.
Oh.
Before Christ.
we called
Before
ourselves
Christ.
humans.
I tried to translate in my head before Christ. My first graduate is a history teacher, so I'm thinking invented or discovered.
Are you
What
a
I
history teacher? Are you a
Yes.
history teacher?
Yes, in 5th and 6th grades. Yes.
Cool. You know, I had such a bad history teacher that I hated history because he was not serious. He always sent us to get bagels or yogurt or something, and he was just talking, but he wasn't talking history to us, because if he did, maybe I loved it. I discovered historical facts and history years later, unfortunately.
There is my first
Okay.
graduate, and the second is a math teacher, and there is the third, the English language.
Yeah.
So
Honey,
I'm so
have met-
serious.
Yes, you're serious
But
about
I'm a
teaching.
Scorpio, so.
Yeah. Great. I have a degree in journalism first, then in communication studies and PR, public relations, and then teaching.
Uh-huh. But that's your way, I think.
Yeah, I love everything I've learned,
Yes, me too.
and
But
I'm learning every day. I try to learn something every
yes.
day.
But I feel myself at home. I got home in teaching.
Yes, I like it too. When I was a student in journalism, the first years, I got my TEFL license, so I taught English to little kids. I loved it. And that was my pocket money.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah.
Are you traveling other countries?
I adore traveling, and now that I'm stuck here at home, I just Yes.
Because of the situation, but
I'm gonna show you. We go by bikes. These are our bikes.
Wow.
bikes.
Yes.
Ooh, awesome.
Cool.
Yes, we
That's
go by bikes,
cool.
but also by train or for. I hope my husband is not awake yet, because I'm planning a yacht travel next summer to Portugal.
To Portugal.
Portugal.
With yacht.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, igen.
That's cool.
Okay,
So,
this is the camera.
Camera.
Was it invented or discovered? It was invented by Daguerre.
By Louis.
Yeah,
Daguerre.
In
1829.
1829.
So another way of using past tense. Okay.
okay.
Another
Okay.
way of using past tense. I'm going to show you two more. Let me see which one we saw and which one we didn't. Oh, this one. Past tenses revision. There is a work paper worksheet for past simple, stating what it means, past continuous, stating what it means and examples, past perfect with examples, past perfect continuous with examples. Yes, it's always the explanations always stay on the left side and the exercises go on the right side. There are answers, so the students don't feel frustrated by not knowing something. They might as well take a look. So I believe in this style of teaching, making it fun and making it easy for the kids. Like because in Cambridge education, for example, in math, you get the formula. You just have to use your head. You have the formula. You have a calculator. So use your head. You're not tested on what you have learned like a parrot, but on what you have studied and what you think, your own possibilities as a child. Yes. Now let us try some from here. And do you want me to post those examples too?
Yes.
On Neptune? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The laptop is frozen, so try to.
I understand. Maybe she's gonna.
And maybe Dory is here too.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay. And I saw Marianne also, right?
Sorry, I'm back. My internet. It's
Okay.
unstable.
I understand. Trust me. Okay, let me be back too with this. Okay. So let's see. Let's try. Come on. One. By the time we
got to the theater.
Got.
The
The
play
play already.
has already started.
You're close. The play
Had already.
great.
Had started already.
Had already started, because first it started, then I got to the theater. Okay.
Last night.
Come on.
I was dreaming about them.
Yeah.
Was dreaming.
That
Yes, because it's a developing action. Dreaming, going, walking on the moon. Okay.
I was dreaming about.
What about you? Last night. Let's say it's not about going to the moon, but it's about mice.
I have
Mice.
dreamt.
Nice.
Last night I dreamt about mice. Okay? Because it's past tense, but I was dreaming about going to the moon. Why? Because I embarked on a rocket, flew up to the moon, and so on and so on. Next.
When Jeannie saw me yesterday, I was
Crossing.
crossing the street.
Great job. Great job. Let's go. Let's go here at 25.
By 6 o'clock.
By 6 o'clock, Ted had already packed all his stuff in his backpack.
Had been already. Had been.
Had been already packing all his stuff
Stuff.
in his backpack. Why? It was a continuous action by a point in the past. Okay? Oh, that's in black and white if you want to. And these are the action. Or had packed, because you can use had packed if you think by 6 o'clock today. If you think by 6 o'clock yesterday, maybe you can use the other one. Okay, now let's see pronunciation. And by that, we are finishing the past tense teaching. And please take a look on the presentation, on the tasks. Maybe you can manage to do the tasks because they are important for you as teachers. Okay? So, Solomon Grundy, you know it, right?
Solomon Grundy, born
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, to kill on Thursday, was on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. This is the end of poor Solomon Grundy. What do we need here? We need to say born, christened, married, died, buried. Okay? Read it too, please.
Yankee Doodle went to town.
Yankee Doodle.
Doodle. Sorry, Doodle went to town, riding on the pony. He put a feather in this cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle Doodly Doo, Yankee Doodle Dandy. All the ladies think he's sweet as sugar candy.
Yankee Doodle Doodle Doo, Yankee Doodle Dandy. All the ladies think he's sweet as sugar candy. It's a song, in fact. Yankee Doodle. Okay, and
Went.
But
Cold.
what we are interested is cold.
Cold.
Okay,
I
and those.
Oh.
Those are important in reading. How do we read the final ed? Do we read it d? Do we read it t? For example, let's practice. Here there are the ones. Let's find the ones with a T.
Helped.
Helped.
Liked. Test.
Liked.
Liked.
Smiled.
Watched.
Watched.
Painted.
No, that's all. Okay, the other ones are watched. No, let's see. Liked.
Pushed.
Pushed. Liked.
Oh, now everything is
Danced.
here. D. Watered.
Painted.
Painted.
Paint.
Played.
Walked.
Needed.
It's with a T. Walked.
Needed.
Finished.
Smiled.
Smiled.
Loved.
Loved.
Finished.
Tried. Those are with I'm gonna id. Okay. Added.
Wanted.
Wanted. Needed.
Okay. Needed.
Collected.
Collected.
Painted.
Painted.
Studied.
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 Great. And some more reading. Come on.
Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. Butter bit of better butter
Bitter.
What?
will make my butter better.
Better. Better.
Better.
Better. Better.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's nice.
So she bought a bit of butter, better than her bitter butter, and she put in her butter, and the butter was not bitter.
So it was better, Betty Butter.
Bought a bit of better butter.
Butter.
Gorgeous.
Two.
But it's funny for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Which
which watches, which
was
watch.
watching, which watch.
Yeah.
Watching two watches, watching,
like
which
You
watch.
remember those? Betty Butter. Better.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, which one is present? Which one is past form?
See is present.
See, present.
Present links.
Go.
See
Have.
with
See, so.
oh, okay,
So.
go.
Go.
Went.
Gone.
Went.
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 Have.
Had.
Say.
Said.
So said.
Fly.
Flew.
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 Fall.
Fell.
Fell.
Do.
Did.
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 Take.
Took.
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 Give.
Gave.
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 Sit.
Sat.
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 Great job. Past simple indicators. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, last month, last year, last week, a year ago, a week ago. So last, yesterday, last, ago. And once upon a time, and in 2009. So that was, they were some more exercises about